Okay, let's start off. The Second Amendment in Idaho. I moved here 5 years ago from Northern California, which that is a very red part of California. But a very red part of California, or a lot of red parts of California, can't compete with Los Angeles, San Francisco, and now,
Yeah.
sadly, Sacramento.
Hmm.
Uh, it just doesn't, the numbers just aren't there. Uh, Los Angeles by itself could basically carry the
Yeah.
entire state. Um, but the rest of the country sees us here in Idaho as the nation's Second Amendment sanctuary state. Um, so, what's the need for the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance, and exactly what is the mission of ISA?
Yeah. So, I mean, when we started back in 2012, the state of Idaho was ranked according to Guns and Ammo ranking. And that's typically who most gun owners will look at when they're looking at rankings. We were ranked 32nd in the country.
Holy
And
shit.
so, yeah, it was bad when you look back and go, man, we weren't very good back in 2012 when we started, and now we're consistently in the top five, right? One, two, three, four, somewhere in there. It'll bounce around a little bit. So we've gotten most of the bigger laws in Idaho out of the way. That and constitutional carry certainly was the biggest, right? That was the biggest jump for us
Mm-hmm.
because I think we ended up being the ninth state by the time it finally passed back in 2016. And so, uh, the I get that question often. Well, why do we even need that? We have the NRA. We have, what do we need a local
GOA,
organization for?
FPC, everybody else.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
get it.
there's a lot of national groups. Yeah. But what I've told people is, I said, number one, we're not done. There's still work to do. We've got campus carry to reform. We've got a stand your ground law that needs a massive upgrade. We've got preemption reform that needs to happen. Our Idaho Supreme Court went 0-5 against gun owners
And
back
I
a
want to
few
come
years ago.
back to
So,
preemption a
yeah.
little bit later, but I want to kind of set the
Yeah.
groundwork
Sure. So,
because I think a lot of people don't have any idea what preemption is
no,
all about.
most people don't know what it means.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's
But
okay.
yeah,
So,
but we'll get back to that in a
yeah.
minute here. So is ISAA a gun rights organization or a lobbying organization or both? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's both. I would argue that the NRA, GOA, they're all lobbying organizations. They all have registered lobbyists who are trying to either push for, pro gun measures or stop gun control measures, and we're just a state version of what a national group does essentially. But I would argue that, and part of the reason that we're necessary is that we go down to the city level, we go down to the county level. This year, we're even talking about getting involved in city elections and trying to expose the rot,
Yes.
which seems to come up from the cities and county commissioners, and ultimately, but that's a huge task because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many candidates, right? Versus, I mean, the legislative stuff is enough. It's a lot of work, and so we're going to dabble this year into stuff like that. But when there's issues at the local level, the national groups don't ever get involved. In addition to that, the ISAA, we take you typically won't see a magazine gun ban get proposed at the Capitol. Like the Democrats don't even bother. Even the ones that are in safe Democrat districts,
Hmm.
they don't even try it. Nobody even tries. And so, what we do is we look out for other issues that could impact gun owners, and we could talk about this later. We got involved in a cell phone bill. And you might be like, what in the world does a cell phone bill have to do with with gun owners? And so we look at unintended consequences of other legislation that can impact gun owners, and we try to stop that. The national groups didn't get involved in that fight this year, so we're trying to keep Idaho that sanctuary level state, but it takes all of us watching
Beautiful.
constantly. So,
Yes. Yes.